I heard a story, maybe it's untrue, you can correct me. Was there ever some type of contest at Pizzazz that y'all were involved in?
No, that was a Shamrock.
It was at Shamrock.
That was a battle. It was Feeling Fresh crew versus Something Fresh.
Oh,
Yeah.
And was Something Fresh affiliated with
All Hardy?
So y'all were already at All Hardy.
Yeah, it was us.
Okay, so let me tell you what I had heard.
Yeah.
I heard that Something Fresh came to Oak Cliff to Pizzazz.
We used to go all the time. Yeah.
Y'all won some type of contest. I don't know if it was the prize was studio time or whatever with Snake and I don't know. But that's what I heard. That y'all won that contest, and that's how y'all got with All Hardy at that party. So that's
it. Could be possible. I mean, we used to go to Pizzazz all the time.
Oh yeah,
but
who didn't?
Right. But the crux of it is us getting with them was definitely a pursuit, trying to get down with All Hardy, trying to be on the radio.
Yes.
And once they, because Snake is Mr. Meticulous, and can they really rap on these North Side guys? Who are these guys? They ain't hot, fool.
Damn.
And when he saw we could really bust, he was like, all right, let's go.
Already, I can see him. I can see a young Snake was venomous.
Man, come on now, come on now.
Ooh, a young Snake was something else,
yes,
man.
Sir.
I love him, love my brother. Mm-hmm. So, do you remember the studio session for Oak Cliff?
In Granbury, Texas. Yes, I do.
Y'all went to Granbury?
But before Granbury, we actually cut the record in Snake, Al, and Cass had a townhouse in Irving.
I remember.
Was it Carpenter Road, I think it was?
No, they lived off a Beltline, remember?
They lived all over, but they used to hop around a little bit. But we cut the record in the garage. Mm. And once they played it on the radio show, and it started getting some traction, Form Get Off Me Records. I want to say we had an investor. It might have just been Rich. God bless Ken.
Oh, yes.
It might have just been them. But some kind of way we formed Get Off Me Records.
I remember that.
And we actually cut the actual single version that came out on vinyl in Granbury.
Okay, so y'all didn't go down industrial on, okay.
Well, no, A&R, that's when we pressed it up.
That's where we pressed
it up. The studio was in Granbury.
Why'd y'all go away there?
No clue, bro.
I mean, what was the name of the place? Good Night?
No, Good Night, that's in Dallas.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
But Good Night was what Kerry was, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one called? Dallas?
Sound Lab.
No, Planet Dallas.
Planet Dallas, Good Night, and Sound Lab were the three studios we worked out of.
Yes. Yeah, you guys were the first person I ever went to a studio session with. I knew nothing about studio work. Mm-hmm. So tell me about that studio session.
Bro, it's a blur. That was 40 years ago, damn near.
I mean, but bro, this is like...
I was 18, 19.
Oh, yeah, but this is the start of it all.
You know what?
Did you write your rhymes beforehand?
Absolutely. We definitely were writers. I mean, B was the most meticulous writer in the group and would push us to, like, his use of metaphor, any English word you can think of for command of the language,
yes,
alliteration, metaphor, hyperbole. B was on it.
Yes.
And he would push
at a young
us
age.
At 17 years old,
yes.
18 years old. Mind you, he's a football player too.
Not a dumb jock.
Right. And he would push us to read. He would push us to expand our vocabulary. He would push us to articulate in a way that we made up the words unborn.
Yes.
Right? When I said we made up our meaning for unborn.
Okay.
Meaning sick. Like this has never happened before.
Oh yeah.
I'm the unborn sleeping fetus. Like
that's my favorite line.
And you looking at it like, he the what?
Oh yes.
And like most cats was rapping to get girls. We was rapping to dominate hip hop.
Let me explain something to y'all. To those who have followed this platform, I've mentioned two MCs that just really blew my mind. Outside of Azim. Because, I was watching his growth from, he was in the room with me. You know what I'm saying? So, but once I got to know these fellas, it was two MCs in Dallas that I just thought was incredible. And that was Bumblebee. I never seen anything like Bumblebee in my life. And then when y'all introduced me to K. Cole, I thought those were just, we had something like New York.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had two guys that could compete with what they were doing in New York. And I just knew, I said, oh yeah, Dallas got something. And they were, and they still are talented to this day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just had to put that little footnote in.
And what's funny about that, like if you look at the group of MCs that was around us, right? You know who, Willie Fresh, all those guys, right? Like the Something Fresh, Nemesis, All Hardy That Party thing, like B was probably MC number one, right? I will put myself as a writer, one or two with him, but as an actual lyricist, like actually being a spit, one, I had braces, so I couldn't articulate anything.
Yeah.
Like they used to drive Snake crazy. Like, gotta do it again. Z, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Pronounce your words. But I was very wordy, still am. Thank God for Grammarly, right? K. Cole just had this melodic, smooth flow, right?
Yes.
AC was just an attack rabbit. That.
Shout out AC, baby.
You know who was our Houdini, right?
They were.
Willie Fresh and his crew, they were like Ace Clan. So I mean, like we had versions of New York, and we were Run DMC.
Okay.
With an extra MC because it was me, Rock, and B. And we didn't fear anybody, and literally like it was just that, you know. So from a standpoint of just being lyricists, like that's what we live to do, and you know we had to credit Snake and Al and Kaz for driving us crazy, but in a good way because they demanded excellence. Because they like, listen, we're gonna be opening up and competing with all these guys from New York and LA. They need to know when they leave here who we are.
Exactly.
So we were like one of the first crews to actually bring shows so we could open up.
Yes.
It was
All Hardy That Party was way ahead of its time.
Way ahead of its time. They were, getting records from downstairs regularly. They fly up to New York or they have them shipped. The original record pool guys.
I was about to say the first time I ever heard the word record pool was through Snake and Al.
Yeah. So I mean, they did a lot to just, and that for them was out of the tutelage of Uche.
Yes.
They did a lot to just bring a real hip hop presence to Dallas. So when you got off the plane, they don't know nothing about hip hop, and then you come to the party, you're like, oh snap, they got it.
They really.
And whether it was New York or LA or Miami and Atlanta, which had scenes at the same time. So it was a lot, man.
And something Snake also incorporated. You had to be there to see it on the radio and at the parties. I've never seen anybody bring that drum machine.
Yeah.
But DJ Snake. And he would Snake beats.
Yeah.
And mix them in with the records like it was a record, and he was just incredible, ahead of his time, especially for a young guy like me.
People don't know Snake's an actual drummer. He's a musician.
Yes. There's a video of him out with within the last year or so. Kicking the set recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he was out there with K-Max somewhere.
Okay.
And he jumped on the set and started kicking it. I guess it's like riding the bike to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to my brother DJ Snake.
It's your girl Jazzy K with Super Tight TV. We want to thank everyone that's been watching. Hey, if you do us a favor and hit that subscribe button, also press the notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video.
Know I'ma get some game tuned in with Super Tight. Yeah, I get the low from Big Bobo from the front seat, not no photos.